Learn some self-respect. Hello? Welcome back to my 90 days of lessons from me, for you. And today's day 42. And today's lesson, learn some, wait. I might edit this in. We'll see how I feel. Learn some self-respect. And this is a gender neutral lesson. We're back to those. Self-respect is one of the most important things that you could have for yourself because it determines how, one, you treat yourself, and two, how you tolerate others to treat you. This lesson is one that I have struggled with for a very long time throughout my life. I put up with way more shit than I fucking should. And I guarantee you do too. Because, it's especially when you're raised to kind of be a people pleaser. Love my parents, but my mom need to go to therapy. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I need to go to therapy. And that kind of affected me. So I was raised to always kind of be walking on thin ice and eggshells with people around me. And I was thinking that, not that people don't like me, but the idea that I need to cater to people in certain ways to make sure that their attitude towards me is good, And as I grew up, moved out, and side note, I moved back in for a couple months. Economy sucks. Let's not talk about it. I moved out, went to college, lived on my own, had my own experiences, had relationships, had made friends. I'm by myself. I had to learn what I would put up with and what I would not put up with, right? Because, again, this is a gender neutral topic, but I'm going to speak to the ladies when I say this one. Ladies, a man will gauge how he can treat you. A man will gauge how he treats you based off of how you respect yourself, right? I know we always say out there, women are always like, oh, niggas ain't shit, men ain't shit. They're out there, they're doing this, they're doing that, and the third. But the way that you respect yourself oftentimes does influence how a man treats you. I'll use myself, for example, right? In the past, when I was younger and more immature, I would definitely treat certain women differently than I treated others because I know that others would tolerate more shit than others would, right? So for example, right, my last relationship, that was a girl. She took herself seriously. She had locked in. She knew what she wanted. She knew what she would put up with. She knew what she would not put up with. Of course, at this point, I've matured, but I wasn't inclined to want to treat her bad, right? I was like, okay, she respects herself, and I love that about a woman. I love a woman who respects herself and knows what she wants and what she will tolerate and what she won't put up with. I think that's one of the most attractive things in a woman, right? She was like, okay, I like women that don't need me. I like women that have their own shit that just want me there. I like women who want me. They don't need me, right? That's one of the biggest things because I don't need a woman. I want a woman in my life. I don't need a woman. And that's not to say that, when I fall in love with a person and, the feelings develop and stuff like that, at the end of the day, you need to remember that you're your own whole person. So you don't need another person. It's nice to have another person, but you need to be aware of it. And that also does feed into your self-respect. Your feeling of wholeness by yourself is determined by how much you respect yourself. It's determined by how much you respect yourself, how much you take care of yourself, treat yourself, and what you'll put up with. And again, me and this person, done. But there is somebody new that I'm dating. She is somebody who respects herself. I know that I can't go out of my way, and I wouldn't even, but I can't be talking crazy to her, disrespecting her, doing no crazy shit like that because and I feel like as a man, when you get to a certain mindset, the caliber of woman that you want to be with, it definitely does change. Not in the fact of I want a woman who's doing well for herself and all that shit. I just explained that. But it's in the sense that women who don't even respect themselves, I can't even look at you. I can't even look at you. It turns me off. It's like, you don't even respect yourself. Why would I respect you? And that's not in the fact of, I'll do anything that I want with you, blah, 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 X, Y, Z's. No, it's just like, if you can't respect your own self, your own body, your own mind, and things of that nature, why would I? Why would I take you seriously to the point that I would respect you enough to be in a relationship with you? And I feel like a lot of girls, especially, in my age range, need to know that, and maybe even older. You need, definitely younger, need to know that the way that you treat yourself and respect yourself will determine how a man treats you. Because a man that ain't shit, that manipulates women and mentally abuses them and shit like that, once they see a woman that's strong and, we always say the strong independent woman, but a woman that's strong-minded, that respects themselves, that carries themselves a certain way, they're less inclined to, they may try to get at them, but it's not gonna work. They know that's just not gonna work. So they either gotta take a hike, they gotta get the fuck up out of there, or they gotta, adjust themselves. And again, speaking to the guys, because like I said, this is a gender neutral one, so we're gonna speak to the guys now. Guys, the self-respect that you have for yourself also affects how a woman views you. Right? If you're out here thirsting for women all the time, trying to get at different women, blah blah blah, be like, oh yeah, I want her, I want this, I want that. Why would a woman respect you when you don't even respect yourself enough to take care of yourself, man? We always say like, oh, guys who get a lot of play, get a lot of, what I'm saying? Like, all right, man, you ain't doing that for the women, you're doing it for the guys. Let's be honest with you. Let's be honest here. You're either a sex addict or you're doing it for male validation. Sure, you want to get some play, but what are you doing after you get some play? You calling your boys, be like, yo, I just got some play, gang. I just got some play, yeah. Like, bro, you're doing it for the validation of a guy, bro. Men want this idea that you're like, oh, women are sacred, the women shouldn't sleep with a lot of people, blah blah blah. Nobody should sleep with a lot of people. Nobody should do that. Respect yourself. Your body's a temple, bro. Your body is a temple. Respect yourself enough to be like, yo, have self-control. Have self-control. That is one of the most important things, bro. Don't no woman of value want this thirsty ass dude, bro. A woman who respects herself and wants better for herself and her future and her family and is building something ain't gonna want this nigga who thirsty as shit every time you see a girl. Like, I'm not gonna say like, every time you see a girl, it's a biological reaction, bro. I get it. All right, cool. But if every time you see a girl, you dirty macking at him, you talking to him, you trying to spit game at him, like, you're desperate. You're desperate. That's the thing. You're desperate. And desperation is not attractive. If you're desperate to get at every single girl, it means that the girls that you want don't want you. The girls that you want do not want you. If the first thing that pops into your lap, you're like, let's go. And I mean, we've all been there. We've all had our dark points. But if that is your everyday, just general life, bro, you're living a sad life. You're living a sad life and you're chasing something that you need to fix. There's a hole in you that you need to sort out, bro. Just respecting yourself, it carries you such a long way because people are more inclined to respect you if you respect yourself. Self-respect is just, it's this small thing. It's the small thing. You look in the mirror every day and you see that person in the mirror and you do the things that you want to do. Because, self-respect goes past beyond how people treat you. It's most importantly how you treat yourself, like I said. So you look in that mirror every day. I look in this camera every single day. I respect myself in my dreams. Like I said, bro, to chase this shit, man. I respect myself in my dreams to hold on a second. I got a TikTok that's going crazy right now. I kind of want to show y'all a little bit. It's at like 42,000 likes right now. It's at 209K views. I respect myself enough to post on TikTok almost damn near every day. Cause I'm like, yo, my dream, I want a Porsche. Porsche 911 Turbo S. Let's not get into that. But my dream is to live this life where I'm not shackled by, a job, like the traditional job. Like I've expressed this multiple times. I want to do this. So I respect myself enough to get up every single day and do it. Take care of myself. I brush my teeth. I floss my teeth. I shower every day. I keep myself clean. I groom myself. I went to the barber today. I don't groom myself, but I take care of myself. That's self-respect. That's self-respect. And people are more inclined to respect you, man. Take care of yourself. Know what you put up with and know what you won't. If somebody's out there and they're giving you the long game, the runaround, be like, oh, like I'm really fucking with you, but I don't really see myself in a relationship right now. Leave. Don't give them any more attention. They don't deserve it. There's people out there. Believe it or not, there are people out there that would die at a chance, not die, but would give a lot of shit at a chance to be with you. I'm not gonna get, please don't. That's not a guaranteed. I don't know what you guys look like, but I'm just gonna say it because it sounds nice. No, genuinely, there are people out there because everyone has their different people. You know, I saw this tweet yesterday when they talking about, the weird group of people in society. They always with people. They always with people, bro. If they can find love, you can find love too. You can find somebody who genuinely loves you and gets you and understands you. You know, that's one of the things that I had to grapple with through the breakup. Be like, yo, I'm a great guy. I'm a great guy. I was a great boyfriend, and I will continue to be. I didn't do that just because of the girl that I was with. I'm doing that. I did that because that was me. Because I respect the woman that I'm with, and I loved her so much to the point I'm like, yo, I want to treat this girl the best way that I can. And that will continue to go on into every single relationship that I'm in. Any woman that I'm with and that I fall in love with, I'm lucky to fall in love with them, but they're also lucky to fall in love with me. I know that. I know I'm a catch. And that's not narcissism. That's just being honest with myself. I know how I treat women when I'm in a relationship with them. I know I treat my friends. I know I treat my family. So yeah, man, just respect yourself, man. But that's today's lesson. I love you guys. And as always, anything you do in life, put God first, seek God first. And love yourself before you love anybody else. And if there's nobody out there that loves you, I love you. But there is somebody out there that loves you. I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.